Welcome to my story time by mybooksummary.com. Get ready for quick wisdom of countless stories and explore. Where's My Teddy? By Jez Alborough. Eddie had one job, just one. Keep track of his beloved teddy bear. But as we all know, things never go as planned in a children's story. And so one fateful day, Eddie found himself in the middle of a dark, eerie forest, searching desperately for his lost teddy. Now, if you've ever had a favorite toy as a kid, you know this is a crisis of epic proportions. We're talking full-scale panic, possibly a few sniffles, and a deep determination to get that stuffed companion back at any cost. Because this wasn't just any teddy, this was Eddie's teddy. But what Eddie didn't know was that he wasn't the only one searching for a lost toy that day. And what he was about to find would shake his little world to its very core. A forest of fears and gigantic surprises. The woods weren't exactly what you'd call welcoming. The trees loomed tall, their shadows stretching out like long fingers. Strange noises rustled in the bushes, and as Eddie tiptoed forward, his heart pounded faster than a drum in a rock band. And then there it was, a teddy bear, brown, fuzzy, and waiting to be reunited with its rightful owner. Relief flooded Eddie's tiny body as he ran forward to grab it. But just as he reached out, his brain registered a tiny problem. This teddy was huge, not just a little big, not just oops, it grew overnight big. This thing was gigantic, so big it could barely fit in his arms. So big, in fact, that something didn't quite add up. Eddie's teddy wasn't this size, which meant this wasn't his teddy at all. And that begged the even scarier question: who did this giant teddy belong to? Enter the bear, and a moment of mutual panic. Before Eddie could even process this alarming discovery, he heard it. A deep, rumbling, earth-shaking voice. Someone or something was approaching. And then out of the shadows stepped the biggest, most fearsome-looking creature Eddie had ever seen. A real bear. A bear with sharp claws, a big snout, and a face that looked very, very confused. Because as it turned out, this enormous, terrifying bear had the exact opposite problem as Eddie. While Eddie had found a teddy that was too big, the bear had stumbled upon a teddy that was too small. Yes, that's right. The fearsome, ferocious bear, towering over Eddie, was holding the tiniest teddy bear you've ever seen. It dangled from the bear's massive claws, looking no bigger than a button. And that's when it happened. The moment of realization. The bear stared at his tiny teddy. Eddie stared at the giant teddy. The bear stared at Eddie. Eddie stared at the bear. And then, they both screamed. A quick swap and a fast escape. You'd think that after the initial shock, they might have a heartfelt discussion, perhaps exchange pleasantries and shake hands, or pause. But no, this was full-blown panic mode. The bear yeeted, yes yeeted, Eddie's teddy onto the ground. Eddie, in return, dropped the giant teddy like it was on fire. Both of them snatched their rightful bears and took off in opposite directions. Eddie sprinting faster than he ever had before, and the bear thundering back into the woods, hugging his tiny teddy like it was his most precious possession. By the time Eddie reached the safety of home, he was out of breath, sweaty, and absolutely done with the day. But his teddy was back in his arms, right where it belonged. And that, as far as he was concerned, was all that mattered. Final thoughts: a story of surprises, giggles, and the love of a teddy. Where's My Teddy? By Jez Alborough is a delightful laugh-out-loud adventure that captures the magic of childhood fears, surprises, and, most importantly, the deep, unbreakable bond between a child and their teddy bear. With its rhythmic, rhyming text and bold, expressive illustrations, the book is a joy to read aloud. It's fast-paced, full of suspense, and sprinkled with just the right amount of humor to make kids and their parents chuckle. At its heart, it's a story about how things aren't always as scary as they seem. Sure, the forest is dark, the bear is huge, and the mix-up is alarming, but in the end it all works out. Even the big, scary bear just wants his teddy bear. Because let's be honest, everyone needs a cuddle buddy. So whether you're a kid who clings to your favorite stuffed animal at night, or an adult who secretly still has theirs tucked away somewhere, don't worry, your secret is safe with me. Where's My Teddy? Is a story that reminds us all of the simple joys of childhood, where adventure, imagination, and teddy bears rule the day. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.